So, I mean, what kind of a mood do you reckon he'll be in after this 0-0 draw?
Fine, because I think they did a pretty good job against Holland anyway, didn't they?
They did all right, apparently, yeah.
You're not a fan of football, then? I mean,
not a great fan, no. But, you know, I grew up with rugby down in New Zealand most of the time, so no, I'm not a great lover of it, no.
Right.
And you're not a massive fan of Rod's music, are you? I mean, I read. Not a massive fan.
I wasn't. I mean, I definitely knew who he was when I met him, but I would never listen to his records or anything, no.
What do you think of his music now?
Of course, I love it. No, I think he's, I mean, look at how many years he's been doing this, and all his music is timeless. You know, he's done great things for different charities throughout the world with his music, including this single, Purple Heather, which is for the Dunblane. Yes. And, you know, he's just, I think he always shocks people every now and then.
But what do you think of the music?
No, it's great. It's great. It's fine. It's great.
That's good.
No,
it's great. Listen, you are in New Zealand. You are an enormous role model, heroine. I mean, your face over all these posters. I mean, you can apparently sell magazines 10,000 more copies per month if your face is on the cover. Do you get back there often to see your parents? I
do. I try and go back every year around February in the summertime and take the kids back. You know, I really miss it. For me, it's a long trek, especially with the kids, to go down there. But it's something that I want to keep in touch with. It's important to me, and also Rod enjoys it when he goes down there. You know,
do the people of New Zealand kind of resent it a bit that you've moved out, that you know you live in America?
They kind of, you know, when I left when I actually came up to New York when I was 16 years old. And I lived in New York when I was 17 with Eileen Ford, and
the model agency.
Yeah, and I think they did at a certain stage. You know, they thought, oh, you know, here's another girl trying to do it. And when I, you know, had succeeded and went back and totally supported my country still, you know, they see me in a different light. Yeah.
In fact, didn't they want to put your face on the New Zealand banknotes? Genuinely.
The Queen.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. There was a poll, wasn't there?
They did. They took votes on who they wanted on the New Zealand dollar, and I came up with the most votes, but they didn't think it appropriate that someone of my
sparked a revolution.
What kind of photograph would it be, though? I mean, would it just be a sort of head and shoulders, or would it be the full, you know?
I don't know.
Get that far.
Get those
It's quite interesting that when you were sort of spotted as having great modelling potential, you were what? Were you 16 then?
Yes, I was 16 years old.
And your parents were worried for you. They thought it was too young.
Yeah, you know, I mean, when you look back, maybe you think it was a little young, but at the same time, it was like a love-hate thing. You know, I knew I had to do it. I knew it was the right time to do it, so I did it, and I was offered many contracts with Paris and New York and with different people. And, you know, it's a hard decision to make when you're 16 years old and you don't really want to leave because you have your friends and
But you were very well chaperoned. I mean, I'm just thinking in contrast, and recently you must have read all these stories about girls being approached at the age of 12, 13, 14 to be models.
Yeah.
Would you be happy for your daughter to do that?
Not at 12 or 13, no. You know, there's nothing, as long as you're taken, you know, care of. You know, I think if the girls go there in the summertime and they work and they're 13 or, you know, 14 if they have a certain look, of 15, and as long as they're there with their mothers, then that's fine. But until they're of the age where they know that they can be well looked after. I mean, like I was, Eileen had brought me, I had, like I said, a few offers.
Well, she actually flew your parents over to New York, didn't she?
They did.
So that they could, because they were very concerned, so that they could meet her and they could see where you'd be living and how she'd be looking after you, and that made them content.
Completely.
But it's not just, you know, the youth, you know, the fact that somebody at 12 or 13 could come under all sorts of commercial pressures. It's the physical thing. Yeah. I mean, it's this fact that some of these girls at 12 or 13 have to put on the airs and graces of a 20-year-old, and that's what's slightly sickening, isn't it? Do you agree?
Yeah, you know, the sexuality, I mean, I look at my 4-year-old daughter and I'm shocked at what she does, you know? I mean, it's part of human nature, the
How do you mean? You mean she sort of flirts?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So, I mean, it's in our blood that we're like that. It just shouldn't be...
exploited.
You know, it shouldn't be at 12 or 13 years old, because I think we're all very unsure of, you know, the way we want to, how we are, how we're feeling. You know, it's a hormonal hell at that time. Yeah. And I think until you're 16 or 17, where you're still, you know, undecisive, it's still at an age where you can do it, I think.
And speaking of being undersized, I mean, you strike me as having the body and the physique of an American model. In that you're not a waif.
Healthy.
Yeah, you look healthy. I mean, you're obviously very slim, but you're not skinny. You're not incredibly thin.
Yeah, I was very fortunate that the late 80s I came in and it was very, you know, voluptuous, and it was more of a womanly figure that was in, and it has definitely changed.
What do you think of that?
Well, you know, there's, you know, for me, which is a change of, you know, I mean, you have to kind of take a back step, I guess, because, I mean, there's, you know, these other girls that are a lot thinner than you, which is, I think that there's many girls out there that have never actually had a chance to identify with someone who had a voluptuous figure than me, and that had, you know, a thinner body and no breasts or anything, and now can identify with the likes of what other girls are, you know, out there that do. And I know there's a lot of the anorexic, and it's just, it's awful.
It comes to something when someone who looks like you says, well, I have to realise that lots of these girls are a lot thinner than me. I mean, it just seems extraordinary.
But I know.
Oh, I know. I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen them in the flesh. I've seen them in pictures. Listen, I must just ask you about Rod. You two strike me as being very, very together and very happy. And yet you must have thought, given the age difference and given his previous track record, you must have thought that to be the one who tamed him was going to sort of take quite a lot of effort. Did you feel like that?
No, I didn't. I just thought either he's going to do it or he's not, and if he doesn't, then I'm out. You know, that basically came down to where it was, because I'm very strong. I've got a very strong character, and I won't be messed about on, and he knows that, and that's just the way it is. I think I give him enough freedom to do that.
And you don't mind being at the football tonight?
Now at Birmingham, in some pub.
When will you be seeing him? Tomorrow?
Tonight.
Tonight in Birmingham.